The Jets have tabbed their man, the new head coach, the 18th head coach in franchise history of the New York Jets, Todd Bowles, the former Arizona Cardinals defensive coordinator. Now, I like this move. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. Here's my take on it. First of all, you cannot truly know what you have head coaching-wise with Bowles, because he's never head coached before. But sometimes you got to take risks on guys that have been overlooked. Bruce Arians is a prime example of a guy that was a huge offensive coordinator, a great offensive mind, was overlooked forever. Chuck Pagano goes down with health issues. He arises, has a great year with the Colts, goes to Arizona, and Bruce Arians has turned into one of the better coaches in the NFL. And it's about time the Jets gave a guy like that a shot. And they give Todd Bowles the shot. Dan Quinn was the front runner, and it seems like Dan Quinn was the guy, and then Todd Bowles just came out of nowhere. With Dan Quinn, and I'll tell you why I like the Todd Bowles hiring rather than the Jets hiring Dan Quinn. In Seattle, the head coach is Pete Carroll. And Pete, we all know, is a defensive-minded coach. Dan Quinn is their defensive coordinator. So how much do we know really of the Legion of Boom and Seattle's great defense? Can we really give credit to Dan Quinn? Because Dan Quinn is a defensive coordinator next to a defensive-minded head coach. How much do we know that Pete Carroll's doing with that defense rather than Dan Quinn? So, with Todd Bowles, you have a guy in Bowles served under an offensive-minded coach in Bruce Arians. And what you saw, that defense that you saw in Arizona, was Todd Bowles' defense. Now, I know people are saying they needed an offensive-minded coach. Yeah, you wanted an offensive-minded coach, but then again, how can you people in your right mind say, we needed an offensive-minded coach? I don't know why we ain't get Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio's a defensive-minded coach. You know, it's all about getting the right guy as the offensive coordinator. Now, people have expressed disinterest with Bowles wants Chan Gailey as the new Jets offensive coordinator. Here's my take on Chan Gailey. I'm not too high on it. He's had his good moments. He's had his bad moments. Was a horrible head coach. Chan Gailey was a horrible head coach. But you're not asking him to be the head coach. You're asking him to be the offensive coordinator. Two words come to mind when I think of Chan Gailey. Tyler Thigpen. Tyler Thigpen. Those are my two words that come to mind with Chan Gailey. In 2012, Chan Gailey in Kansas City, or whatever year Kansas City had Thigpen, when Chan Gailey is the offensive coordinator, he drew 21 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Tyler Thigpen. Who is Tyler Thigpen? I don't know. But Chan Gailey was the offensive coordinator. He drew 21 touchdowns. He has his moments. We know he's a little small ball. Do you want that? I don't know. He's not the worst offensive coordinator out there. He's not the worst choice for offensive coordinator out there. He's not Sperano. He's not Mornowig. And I'll tell you right now, people that are licking Mornowig's ass, he's done a lot of things, even with Philly. Makes you scratch your head. Makes you scratch your head. And, you know, you wonder why none of his teams have really gotten to the next level in terms of offense. Because he just does things that just make you scratch your head. And he really had a disastrous time with the Jets. Hell, he's the guy that called the timeout when Geno threw what we thought was a game-tying touchdown against Green Bay. So, Chan Gailey, I wouldn't be too high on Chan Gailey. Like, oh my God, we got Chan Gailey. I wouldn't be too low on Chan Gailey. If Bowles does indeed hire Chan Gailey as the offensive coordinator for the Jets, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I like the Todd Bowles hiring. I like the Mike McCannon hiring. And all these people, like Francesa, you know, it was Charlie Casserly. It was Charlie Casserly hire. No. What we've heard is that Charlie specifically took himself out of the meetings with Mike Maccagnan, and Ron Wolf did the interviewing. Not Casserly, it was Ron Wolf. Ron Wolf likes this guy. He college scouting for Houston, and it's a new day. It's a new day for Jets football, and we can put away the sideshow act and the circus that we've seen for the last 6 years. Now, if you're the Jets, you get back to football, you get back to basics, you get back what you're in this business for. Winning football games, and you're in New York, winning championships. Let's not prophesize Todd Bowles yet, but here are the facts. He was a hot commodity. Atlanta wanted him. Denver wanted him. San Francisco wanted him. I didn't really hear his name come up with Chicago, but those 3 teams wanted him. And the Jets, for once, did the smart thing by taking Bowles over Quinn, as I mentioned why I think it's the better. And they did also the smart thing by not waiting to hire Quinn after the Super Bowl. Because, hell, if Seattle beats Green Bay on Sunday, which is a good chance, they're going to the Super Bowl, they have to wait till after the Super Bowl to hire him. What's to think that Quinn doesn't leave him at the altar? And all these other guys get swallowed up. So for once, I thought the Jets did a good thing. They did the smart thing. I thought Woody really handled this well. Casserly and Wolf, they handled their jobs well. And be proud. Be proud. Be positive. You still need a quarterback. You still got to address a lot of issues on the offense. You need a corner. But I think that this is the step in the right direction. And they hired the GM first and the head coach. And Maccagnan was in that second interview with Bowles, which kind of gave you the hint. This is where the Jets are going with Maccagnan and Bowles. It's not Isdick and Ryan, but guess what? They come in with expectations that are not high because Isdick was so bad. Because Rex was a sideshow, especially the last 4 years. And Maccagnan, I think, is in a great spot. He's got a lot of money to spend, and Isdick was just a train wreck. So I think the Jets did the right thing, and hopefully in the end this all pays off. I don't know if a Super Bowl or whatever, but hopefully this pays off to winning football for the New York Jets.